a question that comes up often is someone in an art form, so like Torn in what he does, Brady in what you do, what I do, or whatever, but there's always the question of you have this passion for it and you're really good at it. How do you turn that thing into a career, or how do you turn it into money? Sweet, we're recording. Let's
I might
go.
need some more hot water at some point. Do you mind? Sorry. Yeah, please, thank you. Nice jeans, friend. You were meant to get the honey and the lemon and the ginger.
I know. Jess and I were driving in, and I was like, Ruby wants honey, water, lemon, and ginger.
You had 24 hours to prepare.
Yeah, and Jess was like, yeah, you're not going to find that anywhere. And I was like, no, man, surely if I drive into a Kauai, I can find like honey gem and linja. Surely I can find honey gem and linja. Like, surely. Jess was like, they don't do that stuff. And I was like, shit, okay, well. And then we checked her and I had tea.
Terrible.
Yeah, anyways.
5 points.
Welcome back to Storytime, the most comfortable podcast in the world. Thank you to Fetsack. You can see we're recording later this evening. We got Ruby in, a good friend of mine, a good friend of many of us.
Oh.
And we've actually worked together. And what we wanted to do with this episode was kind of reflect and look back on the kissing booth, working together on that, how she had a placement in that movie, and so did I, and how all of this kind of started. So today will be a little bit more conversational, a little bit more enjoyable, and yeah, we'll just talk on our experiences of the kissing booth, as well as everything that you're up to right now, which is a manic state of affairs with the amount of shows you're doing. But Ruby, thank you for coming in today. I appreciate your time.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. I know you've been doing shows and running around, and you've been up since early this morning, kind of going back and forth.
6 a.m., yes.
What's going on? What is the show? What are you busy with?
What I'm doing at the moment, La Burlesque it's called. It's at Zaza. It's a very sassy, sensual kind of show with a bit of dancing and singing.
Sick.
Yeah, the Zaza is like a new epic club happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's like the best club at the moment in Cape Town.
Really?
Yeah, super, super cool.
We're super keen to come watch it. I've also realized the way you talk about dancing, and this is with so many dancers are like the runners of art. You know, like runners are just always fucking stoked on life. They're just always energetic and like ready to go. Dancers are the same. You guys are always so energetic. And
then we get home and we're like, ugh.
Yeah, dead. But I mean, to be honest, geez, like my first experience with dancing was us working on Kissing Booth and having to learn the choreography, which I imagine to you was very simple, but to me it was like scientific in how we had to put the stuff together. I didn't even make the final cut with my dancing.
You didn't?
No, I'm not in the movie. I'm technically not even there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't.
So it was putting that choreography together. It was Kissing Booth 3.
Yes.
Where we
2
had
and
the
3. Well, no.
Did we dance in both?
No, 3 was.
3 was the dance.
Yes.
The flash mob at the dinner.
I have to go back into my memory there
Yeah,
to find it.
it's because we shot 2 and 3 at the same time, so it's quite tricky to kind of separate them. But what was the process like for you? Because we were obviously with scripts and kind of doing the acting side of things leading into the show. I remember we had rehearsals for the longest period of time prior to shooting, which was so many hours being on your feet and dancing and spinning and throwing people around and whatever.
And when you hear that song now, don't you just like...
Don't you dare.
Yeah, sometimes I want to put it off, but sometimes I'm like...
I'm like, it's that one again. And I can't remember a single dance move from it either. It's completely out my head. But what was that process like? So the Kissing Booth, Netflix, coming from the States, coming here to shoot it. How did you guys get involved, and what was the process of putting this whole dance together for the movie?
So I know Natalie Fisher, and she got me involved. She actually just called me up. I'm the same kind of height, look as Joey King.
Yes.
So I stunt doubled, dance doubled her. And then she got me in to like work on some choreography. The dance choreographer in, I think it's LA.
Yes. Yeah.
They put something together and they sent all the videos to Natalie Fisher. And so she kind of took that choreography, made it her own a little bit.
Sick.
Got us involved to kind of help her put it together as well. You know, you need bodies for her to put the choreography on, and then like if she likes it, you know, that's kind of how it works as a choreographer. You need bodies to work it in, and then you guys came in, we taught you.
Yeah. Was it
Was
painful teaching us?
Yes.
It was, I knew it.
I'm kidding.
Because every
No.
time you asked them there, they were like, no, this is a breeze. And as they turn around, they'd be like, what the fuck? Because
No,
very
it wasn't
seldom
that.
you meet an actor that's like a triple threat. I mean, Joey dances well.
She's really
Joel
great.
smashed it as well.
Yes.
But the rest of us plebs were all running around trying to piece things together.
We were doing a lot of work with them solo, like, one-on-one. So they did get a bit more time, and you guys just had to get it on the spot. You know?
Yeah.
But it was fun teaching you guys.
They put me in the corner,
I saw
literally. Did you
But you're
realize
also-
that they put
you're
me in the
so
corner?
Big, so you take up all the space. So you just need to, give.
They legit did that though. So it was a room like this, and if the camera was filming this way, like it's filming at us now, they put me there, like off camera, so the cameras would shoot past me, and everyone was like so stoked, and I was just giving it my all, and I never saw a camera once, and I was like, okay, no, this isn't gonna work out.
Didn't you do it?
I did the dance. Can you still do it?
I'm trying to think. What's the song again? Wait.
That don't you dare look.
Yes.
Shut up and dance with me. Hey, hey.
Oh,
I can't remember a single move.
I learned so many different.
Because you guys also did all of the dance mat dances.
Yes.
On the
Yeah.
pole and the
Yes.
not pole, on the
No, no,
pole,
no.
like that whole thing. I had to
also do
justify that. I had to justify that. Nothing wrong with the other pole, but it just wasn't that kind of movie.
What is that called? The dance machine.
What is that?
Zipper,
A DD Dance Revolution.
Yes.
So we interrupt this episode to thank our partners, FetSack. FetSack wake up every morning with one goal: to make the world a more comfortable place. Our ultimate goal is to make one-of-a-kind, quality, practical furniture that brings a little extra comfort and ease into your life. So if you're tired of sitting on a shitty couch that's rock hard and you just can't get oozy and comfortable into, come to FetSack, use the discount code below and make your purchase. It's my biggest fear going to an arcade, like if you ever go on a date and the girl's like, oh, let's do the dance. I'm like, not a chance. I can't do those arrow things, but
It's fun though.
yeah, I mean, it depends if you're actually good at it.
It's a good workout.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't you do like the lifts with the girls?
So the lift was not a part of the dance initially. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Because it was, so there was a part of the dance where there's like a central point. I don't know if every dance works this way. I don't know. But there was a central point and everyone had to dance around the central point with Joey and Joel kind of making their way around the room to different tables,
I
right?
remember that, yeah.
There was a point where Joey runs past, and in rehearsals, I was like, she's really tiny. And I was like, cool, just run and I'll throw you.
Yes,
and she
I
was
remember
like,
when you
that's the
did.
coolest idea. And I was like, sick, run around the table and I'll just throw. And I threw her, and she's so light that you can get proper height with her. Threw her, and she put her head back, and I caught her and she landed. And I can't remember if it was Natalie or if it was Vince, the director, that was like, that's cool, keep it in.
Yeah.
So we were like, sick.
I remember doing that with you. You're
Yes.
So, yeah, I went quite high.
Throwing you,
Yes.
yeah, you guys are so tiny.
Hovered in the air, but
Yeah. So throwing, and then on the day we didn't know that the room had chandeliers. Is that the? Yeah. It's not a chandelier or something,
No,
right?
chandelier.
Chandeliers. there were so many chandeliers, so we had to position Joey to throw her in between the chandeliers, and we didn't know that. Plus, they had the camera. You guys all know what's that slide bar? Dolly. A what?
Dolly.
Dolly, and they had the camera on a dolly. Professional team right here. They had the camera on a dolly that we had to work around as well. So little moments like that were fun, a part of the dancing.
Yeah.
The rest was all just really difficult to learn.
A lot of energies in the room. We were in Woodstock as well when we were doing that.
Yes,
and, it was
and
so
the Zip
noisy
Zap
and-
circus.
Yes.
We practiced in the Zip Zap circus, I remember that. And it was
Yeah.
like 3 to 6 hours of rehearsals a day, which is like 5 too many. And I was cutting as much weight as possible as well. So
You're
all
doing
the...
a comp. Oh, no, oh, no.
Well,
just
to
for
like
the-
get as like
yes,
thin as possible
yes.
for the movie, because everyone was like, that guy's not in high school, which is a very valid point. And so for like the first movie, they were like, lose weight, and we like dropped a little bit. It was like a 2-week like, oh, just eat lettuce, nothing else.
Oh, gosh.
2 and 3, I was a little bit older, so then we had to do like significant weight drops to try and match the first one. So all these dance rehearsals were all like on minimal food.
I remember you showing me you were on like rice and
Yes,
chicken.
yes.
I remember that.
And that was it. There was like one rice meal and the rest was just ridiculous meals. So dance rehearsals even more difficult.
Yeah,
but
it was long.
is this something, looking at Kissing Booth, the DDR dances and then the group dancing as well for the flash mob, is this something that you guys get asked to do often in terms of like the film industry and stepping in to kind of help out?
Yeah, choreography, like stunt work, dance doubling, yes.
Is it a part of what you do that you enjoy? Is that what you like doing?
Yeah.
More so than like, I mean,
Performing.
it's not fair to like put you on the spot and be like, choose one or the other. But if you had to, if you were like movie, being in a film set, like a part of that industry, or is the stage and performance side of it? Because I'm trying to make the comparison to acting, a theater actor and a film actor kind of thing.
I think performing on stage, but then I also like being an actress or being my own performer on a film.
Yeah.
But I think on stage there's nothing like having a live audience.
Yeah.
I love that.
Really?
I love performing and interacting with the crowd.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. Yeah.
And that was always your go-to, like even as a kid, you just loved stage and performance.
Yes, I think I loved dancing.
Yeah.
And then, with that, you have to learn to perform. I mean, I think I was quite shy growing up, but, it's part of it. You just get used to it. And then, that's since I was 4, on stage, performing, doing my thing.
Really?
Yeah.
And then acting and film, because you also obviously do quite a bit of acting to meet into that industry and kind of be able to double or be able to step in when it's necessary in dialogue. When did that start becoming a part of it as well? Because you kind of shifting your way into being a triple threat right now, which is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, my dad's an actor. So,
No
and
ways,
my brother
really?
as well. So we were all in the same agency from a young age. So was in the industry since I was quite
your dad's an
young.
actor.
Yeah. So been doing it forever, really. Yeah. I mean, started dancing at the same age, acting at the same age. My brother was in a film series, Cave Girl.
Sick.
Did you know about it?
I think so.
BBC series. So he had quite a main role on that. He was like the little boy. I mean, if anyone's watched it, you'll know the little boy.
I'm gonna Google
blonde.
it now. Yeah.
And then I was the little toddler, and then my dad was also in it, and they were filming that in the Cedarburg. So I was in grade 5. And we were traveling. My brother was doing homeschooling there. So that started. So I was on set early. Then ballet was my thing. I was like, ballet, verskrik. That's
really. My granny was a ballet dancer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think she was hoping that like nimble feet would move through the family. It didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. That's interesting. Jeez, an actor as a dad and ballet.
Ballet, and that really was my main thing. If anyone
was that what
knows
you
me,
wanted to be, like ballet dancer?
Yes, I was like just balleting every day, all day.
Really?
Grade 7 till, I was full on like grade 6, all the way up till grade 11. And then I reached burnout, like grade 11, grade 12, and I was like, no ballet.
Is that like a known thing in the industry to hit burnout?
Yeah, I think if you're going from such a young age, and especially ballet, if you're really in it, then, you reach burnout at a very early age. Yeah.
And is it like, the only understanding I have of ballet, one is that the dudes have the most jacked legs,
they do.
Which is
and
the coolest thing ever. And the girls. Everyone's just super well built.
Yeah.
Is it as hectic as like movies depict it to be in terms of like with the dieting and having to be a certain weight and a certain size? Is that a real element of it?
It's so real. So real. That's one of the reasons why I think I moved out of ballet. The strictness of it. I love the discipline aspect, but you can be obsessive, and I became super obsessive. Yeah. I was anorexic.
Really?
I did have eating problems. So, I had to get out of that, and I did. And I found my way in another form of dance, more contemporary and a more freeing flow instead of really strict. You have to look a certain way,
I see.
So that was a long journey in ballet.
So how does, is that, I'm trying to understand dancing as a whole, but also a question that comes up often is someone in an art form, so like Torn in what he does, Brady in what you do, what I do, or whatever, but there's always the question of you have this passion for it and you're really good at it. How do you turn that thing into a career, or how do you turn it into money, or how do you turn it into something that, you know, even if it's not your full time, it's not necessarily something you have to let go of and never see again. So that's why I ask, going from ballet into contemporary and now being in the film industry, is that the path, one, as a dancer, but also two, in South Africa? Obviously the market's very different as if you had grown up in LA or you were in New York, which I think is good for ballet, right?
Yes.
Killed it. So there it's obviously very different. So here is the landscape more harsh in terms of trying to make it and trying to find a break and a lane?
Yeah, it is, because there's not that much opportunity for us. But that's what most dancers are doing at the moment. They're going, I wouldn't say ballerinas, but most dancers are going into like stunt performing into the film industry because we pick up choreography quite easily and we can do all the moves, you know. So a lot of dancers are moving into stunt performing. And
you've moved more stunt as well, right?
Yes.
Because I've seen, you know, Instagram, you've done all the stunt courses and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, well, not courses, but I have been booked for quite a few stunt doubling jobs. Yeah,
that's cool. Really dope.
I love it. It's just
hardcore,
and I'm a dancer and I need to look after my body, so going and doing something and hurting myself is not really what I want to do. But I love it. I love being in the film industry, and the people and the energy on set is such a vibe.
That's always what I explain it to people as, is that like set's genuinely my happy place with everyone there.
Yeah.
Go to town, bro. Eat that foot. Eat that foot. Oh, yummy. Oh, eat that foot. For everyone that listens podcasts and doesn't watch the video, we have a little, it's a miniature dachshund, right? A dapple miniature dachshund in the studio that's eating my foot. She's adorable.
I think my feet might be a little bit stinkier than yours.
Yeah,
maybe
there you go, chow her foot. Literally transferred straight over. Oh, the foot. But that's what I say to people all the time, is that like the film industry is literally my happy place. So I spend the rest of my year, and this was a huge problem for me at the beginning, because it's all I've ever wanted to do. Being on set for 3 months, I was like, I'm content, I'm happy, I'm ecstatic, this is all I want to do with my life. The second I leave, I get those after set like blues, where for 2 weeks I literally don't know what to do with myself. But then I look at the other 8-9 months of the year and go, well, none of this is good enough because I'm not on set. And what ends up happening is that I enjoy 20% of my life as opposed to you know, potentially 90, and I throw everything else away. And it's got repercussions money-wise, career-wise, joy-wise, relationship-wise. There's so many different elements where it's just not bearable. And
it's not really real life. Yes, it's real life, but you know, everyone's doing everything for you. They're running around you as an actor.
Exactly. And it's also, it's very rare to be surrounded by people that love what they do so much. So on a set, I mean, I've been lucky enough that everyone I've worked with on local production, international production, really wants to be there, loves being there. If it's someone being a gaffer or a lighting person or a DOP or an actor, that's what they wanted to do. And it's their favorite thing in the world, and they studied that one thing, and it's all they talk about. And it's difficult to then step into, as you call it, like the real world, where you're working a different job and you're like, hey dude, how are you doing today? And the person's like, oh, fucking hate my job. And you're like, I don't understand this idea of not enjoying every day.
I don't really have friends that
don't dance, right, or act.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, I do, but everyone's interesting. Everyone doesn't really have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Not because I can't relate. I can relate, obviously, but it's just more interesting. We get each other more. It's up and down, you know.
Yeah. And yours is 24/7 as well, I would imagine. So like, when you're in rehearsal, it's all out, and then the show time, it's all out, or set, and then it's all out. So ballet into contemporary. Contemporary then into the film industry. Is that a fair?
Contemporary into doing shows musicals. I toured on Evita, the musical.
Sick.
Went around China, Japan, lived in Japan for
That
a
must
year.
have been crazy.
Oh, the best
Did you enjoy it?
of my life.
Yeah, really?
Really. That
Even
place,
like despite the cultural difference? How was that?
You know, it's so easy to live there because, first of all, there are many expats. So, you know, and there's a lot of technology, which is all in English. So you can get around very easily. But they also just have everything. They have the countryside, they have the beach, they have the city life, the party life, you know, the dance world, the acting. It's
more quiet, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's big, but it's like Japanese.
I see.
I was also doing some stunt performing there, like classes and courses and things. Yeah, super cool. Super
That's
super
so
cool.
dope.
You
Are you
haven't
wanting?
been?
I've never been. My dad spent a lot of time in Hong Kong, and he says
been
Hong
there.
Kong's beautiful.
It
He
is.
loves it there.
Similar to Cape Town in Wales.
Yes, he says the people are vibrant and everyone's always busy and doing things and moving and shifting kind of thing. Are you wanting to go back again? Because I know COVID's obviously now kept most artists back for quite a while. Is the plan to go back to kind of do travels again?
Yes, definitely. I was living in Japan during COVID, so I wasn't here. I didn't experience the whole COVID of Japan. You weren't really allowed to go. I mean, you were allowed to go out, whereas here, you weren't really allowed to go out. You know, in Japan, they weren't allowed to tell you to stay in. So yes, we did stay in, but it was very different to
by choice.
Yes.
Yeah,
different to here. So. Came back here, was also meant to move to Barcelona, that didn't happen. But started my own business and been here and actually really enjoying it. So for now, I think I'll be here for like a few more years and then go traveling again.
Do it again, Japan.
Maybe go South America side,
That'd
Europe
be
side.
sick.
Yeah, I've been doing Japan and China, so I think
It's something different.
That'll be cool.
Would you travel to different places based on the different style of dance that you could learn?
Oh yeah, I didn't
Is
know
that
but
really?
Yes,
so like South America is all about salsa?
Yes.
I so badly want to learn to salsa. We spoke about this the other day, doing salsa, not the other day, a few different days, doing salsa classes. We have to do it. Torn said he's super keen to join.
Let's all go, guys.
Let's all go. You know what salsa is?
No, dude.
It's when they gooi the right? It is that,
hips,
eh?
And the hips.
Hey?
And the
I'm in, dude. We have to go salsa. Yeah. Just see Torn in the club, just like salsa-ing through the dance floor. That'd be amazing. See, she's in. She's like, please salsa for me at home.
It's
There we go.
so sexy, isn't it?
It's so sexy.
When you see someone doing that, it's just so captivating. You just want to watch.
It's the best. Because their head stays dead still. And they got this like dead serious look in their eye, but the rest of their body moves while they're looking at you like a chicken. It's the coolest thing, like a chicken, like a very sexy chicken. Yeah.
We call it, well, I call it sex eyes. It's like very.
Oh, I've actually been in an audition before where they were like, "Give me sex eyes," and I was like, "I don't know what that is." So there was another thing. There was smile with your eyes. I hate it when they say that. Yeah, I see, like, how do I do that? They're like, smile, and then drop your mouth. You see what I'm saying? Clearly, I don't know how to do it. Yeah. Oh, the smile, the fart acting? Yeah.
What's that one?
So, you haven't seen that from Friends?
No.
When he has to look, he has to be thinking of something, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's teaching you how to, like, you know, have that like sultry kind of thing. You're thinking on something, and he goes, no, he treats it as if you like smell a fart. So someone in the room farts. Yeah. And I was like, it's really good advice. Let's be honest, it's really good advice.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, 100%. Shooting from the hip. What's your favorite dance movie? Like, what to you is the most true to it?
I mean, I liked Step Up, but I think that's because they had Channing Tatum in it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I also like Channing
That
Tatum.
was the first one.
The first one. Yes, he's a sexy man, eh?
He is my guy.
And they're making another Magic Mike now as well.
Oh, they?
I know that because I saw a photo literally before we went into this of
audition
Salma
for
Hayek
that.
touching his stomach, and I was like, this is, yeah, dude's jacked.
I think you'd be great in that.
In Magic Mike,
Yes. Hey, guys.
they just make me stand in the background.
No.
I'd be the tree. I could be the tree. I'd love to do a dance movie.
I should adjust that scene from Shall We Dance?
Doo-doo.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, okay. I also love that one.
Lights down,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is hot. Look at it.
Oh, I'm so obsessed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a dope scene. I haven't
That
watched
is
the full
beautiful.
movie yet. There's footage. I did so many dances as a kid because I was so obsessed with performing and being on stage that we did like gumboot dances and couple dances. And I remember there was a girl that I really liked. Must have been like grade 2 or 3. There was a girl that I really liked and I wanted her to be my dance partner, and they gave me someone else, but they gave me the girl that did not want to be there. So she didn't want to, I can only explain it as didn't want her feet to leave the ground. So she danced like flat foot on purpose.
yes,
And I can
yes.
say this because we were like grade 3, so I don't know where she is now. So that was a horrible experience. Then at Curo, we had to do Mr. and Miss Curo. And a friend of mine entered me in for Mr. and Miss Curo, and we had to learn a dance. And the girl that I was dancing with had to do the dance in heels. And we practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and had it. And I'm sitting on a chair and she dances around, and then I get up off the chair and do this like chair spin thingy-majig where it like spins on one leg,
Thingy-majig.
skirt, and then like dance with her, and then we walk off together kind of thing. And we practice. It was perfect. And on the night, everyone comes in to watch, and she's got to come around the chair, and she like stomps her foot down, and then the music goes with her stomp.
Yeah.
And as she does it, her heel snaps
Oh,
off the
no.
back of her heel. So she did the whole dance with one foot like going like that, trying to like, yeah. And she got so embarrassed by it, she stormed off stage. So all these people and just me, come here.
Hello.
So all these people and just me left on stage. So I did the dance without a partner.
How did
So
you
I
do
had
that?
to act like I was holding someone's hands, but I was like commitment to the full, Roo. So I did the whole dance holding no one.
I would pay
Improvisation.
a
Yeah.
ridiculous amount of money to see it.
It was so bad. It was so, and I felt so bad for her because she practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And then the hill just like shot across the stage. She went smack and it's like off the end.
Do you know Shimmy Beach Club? Well, no,
Yes.
it's called Cabo now. Hey.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. I haven't been to the new one, but Shimmy's I went to a few
Yes.
times, yeah.
So I was dancing there as a dancer, not just dancing there. And I was on the balcony and I was doing this lovely move, and then I put my leg up on the bar. And then there Ruby's shoe goes flying onto the table.
No.
And they all looked up, and it was a heel. And I didn't know what to do.
Did you just have to keep going?
Yeah, I just kept going, and then I kind of made my way off and then went down to pick it up, but I was so embarrassed.
Like, thanks
oh my
guys, this
God.
is my shoe. That's so funny.
Oh, it was
There's
so
got to be
embarrassing.
so many of those stories of things going wrong. There's just
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people, especially in all the choreographed big dances. Like surely someone's going to screw it up somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
plenty. But you learn improvisation. You have to be a good improviser.
Really? So you can improv the dance and like kind of come
Yes.
back to it?
Yeah, you just have to. Just, in acting, you pretend like it didn't happen.
Yes.
Yes.
You tell everyone it was a part of the plan.
Right.
We did a Grease play, and I had to play Kaniki, and there was a dance. You know that what's the one they sing at the end with all the weird words when the car shoots off into the sky?
We go together.
That one, yes. That one. Bang. So you don't know what song that is?
What?
So we had to do that one, and then right at the end, I just love performing. Right at the end, it wasn't planned. On the day, we all line up and finish in a line, and we finished, and I just walked forward and did like a little like booty shake with the crowd, and everyone lost their shit because it's the kind of thing Kaniki would do, that kind of thing. So that kind of improv, but not improv to look good. It was improv to kind of take the piss.
If you're tired of wearing like really crappy, make your fingers go green jewelry, head over to Clocks and Colors for something unique and special. Clocks and Colors are based out of Toronto, Canada. They specialize in detailed, handmade 925 sterling silver accessories. They also offer other products. like handmade leather hats and homeware goods. Go to the link below to claim your discount with Clocks and Colors. If you're looking for some high-end quality tees, some quality clothing, use code Storytime below to claim yours with Saints and Sinners. We want to thank Saints and Sinners for this one. Great apparel. Kitted us out. Go get yourself kitted out too.
For me, it's my favorite. That's my favorite thing.
What, like
Just
adding
improvising, like if I forget, or if I go into a casting and they're like, okay, improvise. That's my favorite. I just love flowing. I love flowing.
on the bat, you can just do that.
Yeah, but isn't it like acting when they say just freestyle, like just talk about anything?
Kind of, yeah.
That's improv,
Except
right?
like I don't have to use my whole body.
True, but
know what I'm saying?
that's my language. Your language is
Fair,
acting. Right?
I see. Okay.
So it's comfy for me.
Did you ever have to audition for KFC? Because they did this huge casting call
Yes.
where everyone's on the beach and coming out of the water like super stoked, and everyone dances because of chicken.
No,
So
haven't.
I had to audition for that, and I didn't know I had to dance, and you had to rock up in shorts because it's like a beach shoot.
Yes.
Rocked up in jeans, got there, and it was like an elderly lady behind the camera taking the auditions, and she was like, listen, it's a problem, you can't do this audition in jeans, so either go home and find shorts, or sorry, you're not gonna be able to come in the room. And I was like, both on an option. So I was like, listen, why don't I just like
Underwear.
go in my underwear, right?
Love it.
So she was like, dope, no problem. This is me not knowing I have to dance. I did not know that was a part of it. So I stripped down to my underwear. She hands me a see-through sarong, which is like literally the point of a sarong taken out of it, right? So wore a sarong in my underwear and no top, and I go in the room and there's a plastic crate in front of the camera, and she's like, cool, this crate is a treasure chest and it's filled with chicken, fried chicken. And I'm like, okay. She's like, and you found it in the ocean. I'm like, okay. So you put the crate on your shoulder and you walk out of the ocean like all sexy, drop the crate down, open it and be like, oh, chicken, right? And then dance around it because you're so excited you found this chicken.
Oh, yeah.
So you dancing with this chicken, with this like giant bucket of chicken.
I can imagine you like.
It was so bad. So I did the audition, and then she's like, just come and watch it here, and we're going to do it again, and you're going to do a different dance. So I watched myself dance in underwear in a see-through sarong around a box of chicken.
Wow.
With an elderly lady, and she was like, do it again, but do a different dance. And I was like, I don't know that I was doing a dance. Like, I don't have another option. There's only one. And she made me go again and again and again.
She obviously wanted you to get it.
Well, somewhere that, or she was just having a ball of a time. She was like, cool, this is a nun dancer, make him do it again. So there's footage out there somewhere of me dancing around a bucket of chicken in my underwear.
I'd love to see that. I wonder what they do with all that footage that we
I
don't get to see.
guarantee you they keep it. I'm so positive that they keep it, and they wait. Like the chance that something blows up, they're like, slide that out there.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Imagine someone had like the footage of Ryan Gosling dancing when he was a kid in purple and he was doing the whole sexy thing.
And no one knew he was going to blow up. So
No, but now it got put out, and it wasn't him that put the footage out.
Yeah.
So I'm positive they keep that stuff, and they wait for you to like make a bit of a scene, and they're like, drop it now.
Who's got that KFC footage of Josh? Anyone?
Yeah, shout out to the 7-year-old lady.
I mean.
Oh, no. They make you sign that. They don't sign it.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't use this footage, but
Yes,
us can do whatever we want with it, which is fine. I wasn't naked, so it's okay.
Were you buff then?
Well.
Were you gymming then?
I think so,
Okay.
which makes it worse. I feel like big people can't dance.
I mean, they can. It just looks funny, right?
It looks strange, eh?
Just a bit.
So that's off the cards for me. But that's why salsa would be fire.
Yes,
If we
just,
were
just the hips.
Yeah, that's
Subtle,
cool.
Subtle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As soon as I have to use my arms, I don't know what to do with them. That's the problem.
So heavy.
Yeah, I'm like, what, everyone else looks cool when they do this and I don't. You were saying, before we got the cameras rolling, you were saying there was something controversial you wanted to bring up. And I don't know if you want to, but I want to give you the space for the chance to, because I think it'll be funny.
I will get into it. We'll get into it.
Is there a certain topic that I should
Yes.
veer into for you to bring it up? Is it people, places, wait, movie? 2 words.
Yes. One word.
1 word. Is it a style of dance?
Yeah.
Hip hop. Fuck,
No.
that's 2 words. The only dance with 2 words. Is it a ballet one?
No.
Contemporary?
No.
Salsa?
No.
Swing.
No.
What's swing? I thought that's when couples swap.
That's what swing is.
What's the other one? Line dancing.
No.
Country.
More. Think Channing Tatum. Think.
Magic Mike. Stripping!
Hey.
Okay, stripping!
So I'm choreographing at Mavericks these days.
No, really?
Yes.
That must be so much fun.
It is fun. It's interesting.
It must be really difficult.
Yeah, I'm still processing how I'm feeling about it,
Really.
but it is fun. It's a dark place, but I love working with the women and the sensuality behind it. And
Is it I really don't want to be rude by calling them
have
this.
you been there though? First of all.
No.
Okay.
I've never been in a strip club in my life.
Wow, what's
Yeah.
wrong with him?
Have you been in one? The Torn's like, what? I wanted to go to the one in Thailand we spoke about, where they got canaries and ping pong balls. I wanted to go to that one. Because that's just mind blowing. They shoot them. Yeah. Brian Powell will come back in.
I think if you see that once, it's cool, but apparently you sit in there and they just keep ping ponging that ball out there.
Oh, really?
And it's like,
So
okay,
it
I've seen
becomes
it
quite
once.
boring.
Yeah, because they just keep doing that for like how many hours you're sitting there.
That's quite boring. If it was
Yes.
like a once-off like shock factor, I'd be like, oh my, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Again and again and again is kind of boring.
Yes.
Wait, so are you teaching it feels wrong to call them strippers.
Well, they're dancers.
But
yeah.
but
they're strippers.
but there's strippers that don't dance and then there's dancers, right?
Yes. You can call them dancers.
So which do you
So I'm working with both. So I'm working with girls that can't do pole work and girls that, usually they give me girls that can't do pole work because then we'll do all the floor work, the more sensual
see.
stuff around the pole. So not, because I'm not a pole dancer. I can do some pole stuff, but I'm not a
Yeah.
pole dancer. Yeah, and I also worked there for 3 days as a stripper.
How was that?
Yeah, it was
Fun?
fun.
Is it what's the word I'm looking for? Is it empowering or is it demeaning in terms of the men that come in and watch?
Good question. Demeaning. I think as a trained dancer, I just kind of looked around. I was like, what am I doing here? I mean, I did it for an experience and to understand
Also,
what it's all
great
about.
story. Like now you have the perspective,
Yes,
right?
I can tick that box off. I've been a stripper for a few days. But yeah, I think I was naive going into it.
Okay.
I don't know if you know how it works at Mavericks, but you don't get paid just to dance like on the pole. You know, you only get paid if you go into the rooms and strip.
Really? I did not know that.
So I was going in there like, well, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to dance. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to take off. And then I realized, okay, well, actually it doesn't work like that. So I went in quite naive, but so glad I did because it's also given me, well, I'm very open-minded, but just a better perspective. And also I have my own business called Sens U Well. And I teach women to be more feminine, or it's called feminine embodiment, more
That's
confidence
cool.
and sensual, but it's more on a wellness aspect than just
Sick.
being sexual, you know?
Yeah.
So that gave me a bit more perspective in how I can approach teaching women in my space.
I see.
But yeah, working there was fun. It was interesting. Met some cool people. Yeah, there's no judgment, but I just don't like how men look at women in that way. Very derogatory. Yeah, just a dark energy space.
That's what's quite tricky to understand, not having been there before. So I always wonder, is it the space that is allowing for that attitude, or is it the type of person that goes to that space that brings it with them? You know what I'm saying? So like if say now Tom, Dick and Harry are hanging out inside, bad choice in names, but Tom, Dick and Harry are hanging out. We're going to get flagged for this as well now. if they leave and it's an empty building with, because I know a lot of the girls live there, they stay in the floors above.
Yes.
With men not being there, providing that derogatory outlook, what's the attitude like in the space? Are people happy? Are they enjoying work? Are they well looked after? Or is it demeaning and condescending the whole way through the whole space?
I think so.
Really?
You know, women are going in there, it's a business for them. They're going to make money, and men are coming to, it's like gambling, coming to use their money for seeing women naked, getting a dance. Some of the girls just absolutely love it, but I can't speak for everyone, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, out of your perspective, having been there, you know, were you comfortable in the day when the men weren't there? Is it a comfortable? Because I imagine all the girls get along quite well in terms of, you know, no, not so much, not so much.
I mean, girls are spicy, you know. And there's always a bit of attitude, but I didn't spend enough time to get to know the girls.
Okay.
It's a cool space. It's if you want to go and dance and strip, it's cool. What's also beautiful about it is the liberating aspect of dancing and being free and being half naked. If you look at it in that way, I love that aspect of it. But it's the men that come in, not just men and women.
Do women come in to watch women dance?
Yeah.
I don't know, I've never thought of that. It's never crossed my mind. I don't know, I just think men are like, it's more something that men would do, right? To go in and kind of, I don't know.
Well,
Are there male strip clubs?
But
That's fire.
But not really here, though.
No, that's not really
Yeah.
serving underpants.
Yeah.
It's like a Hooters for, that's more like
See, I'd find that more interesting because I'd be like, this dude's jacked. Like, yeah, I'd know the effort that went in. I'd be like,
Yeah.
yo, dude, high five, sweet, straight up. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to feel how much flab you have compared to me, you know? Yeah, exactly. So what's your diet like, dude? You training mornings or evenings? Yeah. I don't know. I find that I've said to some of my friends and I have had this conversation before, because we all have the friends that have been to strip clubs, which if you have, like, sweet, knock yourself out. If you haven't, then I'm on the same page as you. The first thing that comes to mind when I walk in, if I saw a girl dancing, would be like, imagine her dad was here and he was watching me watch her. For some reason, that's the first thing, and I know that's like probably so rude to think that way, but I go like,
But it's good.
I
That you
feel
think that
so
way. It's
bad
good. I think
that I'm
that's
like, because
good.
I have a younger sister, and I'm like, my sister, like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock says, please don't end up on the pole. But that's just a joke. Please don't take me seriously. And then someone hates me for saying that.
Oh, no.
It's a difficult thing to talk around. It's a difficult thing to understand, because I do get that there's a liberation to it and there's such a freedom and a power to it. And I also believe there's a certain sense of sexuality and attraction that women hold that men don't.
Yes.
It's just known. There's a lot of beautiful men, there's a lot of great dancers, strippers, whatever, cool, I'm great, they all, you know, men, sweet, but they don't have that, like, thing that women have.
Yeah. It's like feminine power.
It's so cool. And that's why, like, that scene you showed me from, that that one, yeah, it's such a dope song. But that scene is like, you can't stop watching, because the way they move is incredible, both of them.
Yes.
And because I've never been inside, this is why I ask these questions. Of like, I wonder what that energy is like, knowing that beauty and sexuality that comes with it. Is it tainted by the environment, or does the environment allow for it to flourish? That's kind of what I'm getting to.
No, I don't think.
Not so much.
Yeah. I mean, I went in there, I just have such an artistic mindset. So I go in there, and even the other girls used to just like watch me, because they can see I'm a trained dancer. So I move and I flow, and I just love it, and I'm oozing sensuality, because it's who I am. It's not like I'm trying to be sexual. But the problem is, it's the viewers, the audience, is not seeing it in that way.
I see. They're not seeing talent. They're seeing like, do more for me.
Yeah. And so it's not a place for me to show off my artistry, really.
I see.
You know?
I see.
Because at the end of the day, I think they just want to see
Yeah.
boobies
Yes.
and other things.
Strange.
Notice I said boobies instead of titties.
Such a great word, though. Well, now it's in. Yeah, now it's there. There's a question. My mom and I were actually having this conversation the other day. Where she was, Shane, my mom's an angel, and she feels a lot of sympathy and empathy for people. She's got an incredible ability to empathize for people. And we're chatting on strip clubs because I tease her all the time. And it's my best mate's bachelor's coming up. And I was like, Mom, and I'm like riling her up. We're going to do so many strip clubs. We're going to like, and she's like, and we get in this whole debate. And she brought up the conversation. She's got such sympathy for these women because she's going, well, maybe they didn't choose to be in this position, but they have to be to provide for a child or for a family or for themselves.
Yeah.
Was that a common theme that you picked up on as well? That it's not really, it's not my number one choice to be here with guys gawking at me, but I don't really have a choice, you know?
Some of the girls really want to be there and they really
Okay.
enjoy it. I mean, I spoke to one girl and she's been there like for almost 6 years, you know, she just loves it. But then there are some like youngsters and what I got from it is they don't come from wholesome families or they come from broken homes, you know.
I see, okay.
So yeah, it's a little bit different for everyone. But
It's
I think
such a weird cycle as well, right? Coming from a broken home into that environment with broken people watching you. It's kind of like quite a weird...
Yeah, and they're like 17, 18. and
Really?
Maybe 18. Yeah, it's sad. It is sad. I didn't like seeing that. But some of the girls love it and they're confident and that's their business and they're coining the money and I'm like, that's cool. If that
Knock
works
yourself out.
for you, then
yeah,
cool.
have a jaw.
I experienced it. I'm very open-minded. I wanted to experience it. Now I can also understand how to work with the girls when I choreograph. But yeah, I went in quite naive and learned so much from it.
I've also heard stories, not so much here, mostly from like stand-up comedians and podcasters and stuff like that talk about their experiences in strip clubs where they're in a marriage or in a relationship where they're like, hey babe, going out with the guys, we're gonna go eat wings, drink beer, and a woman's gonna be dancing on the table in front of us.
Yeah.
And the way that they talk about it, the environment that they highlight, paints it in a different picture, kind of paints it as like sick. It sounds like everyone wants to be there, you know, everyone's dancing and having a jaw, everyone's doing their thing. And you hear that and you're like, cool, okay, that's it, it kind of makes sense, you know. But then you hear the other side of it where it's the scary stories of like an 18-year-old that came from a broken home and you're like, yeah, okay, I just don't want to add to that brokenness in any way, you know. I don't want to give her the idea that I'm a sleazy guy watching her trying to get something from her, you know. Again, taking away from the sensuality and the art form of it.
Yes. Some guys just go there for the food and it's really good and they just look around.
They've got a burger special on Thursdays or something.
Okay, their food's really good.
Is it?
Yes, it's really good.
Gee, shout out to them.
Yeah. But I don't know, would you really go get a burger special at Mavericks? And
I don't know. I feel like because we've spoken about it on the show now, I don't want to go to a strip club, but I want to go like try the burger and bail. So if I could like get in there, eat a burger and then leave. What if I just pretended I was blind or something?
No.
Is that not okay? Is that not fine? I'm trying to think of like ways to not watch the people and like, you know, just get to the burger. Are they on Uber Eats?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, let's
all on Uber
shall we
Eats.
see?
People there. with
Good
the
point.
special.
Okay.
Spend money, they're not going to be on Uber Eats.
I see. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's no one dancing when they deliver your food. That would be fire though. Hey, if your Uber Eats driver rocked up and was like just going at it with your burger, I'd be like, this is awesome. Dinner and a show. Yeah.
But just by the way, like saying that out loud is quite a big thing for me because, as I said, I come from a ballet background, and everyone's, you know, very. You strip Ruby, that's quite a thing. But like I said, you need to be open-minded about these things.
I think it's so much more admirable being in your position and having done it. That guy's got a giant one. It's so much it's very admirable that you went and did it. Like, I love that we can talk about it and that you have the perspective on both ends, that you can tell the good in it and the women that enjoy it and they find freedom in it, and then at the same time tell the side of broken home. And I don't understand looking at that perspective on life and judging it. I don't understand that you went and put yourself through this for work, but also just for personal experience to understand it better, and people want to look down on that. I don't understand that headspace.
I think people will always judge, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. And also all my people knew, like my mom knew.
Really?
My friends actually came the first time to support me and sit there.
That's so dope.
How cool is that?
That's very cool.
Actually, like at first, I thought, let me go, because my girlfriends, we wanted to go to Portugal. And I was like, fuck, I had just gotten out of a relationship and I was a little bit numb and maybe not making the best decisions. And I'm like, I'm going to Portugal. I need the money. I was like, let's do it. And actually the same day, someone called me and asked me would I like to choreograph there. So it's just weird, this synchronicity. So that's actually how it started, with me wanting to go to Portugal with my girlfriends.
Okay.
Anyway, that failed. But the girlfriends came to support me.
That's so sick.
And married. How cool.
To come and watch you do it.
And they were just like making sure I was cool. And,
sweet, man. That's so sick.
Yeah. I don't know.
People are supportive like that.
My dad didn't know. My mom might have
Your
told
mom
him
was
a little
like,
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little hint, but he knows I choreograph at Mavericks,
so did you do the week or whatever of working and then shift into choreography after?
I think I had like one night there, and then the next day I started choreographing. And then I was also working that day,
And you're still choreographing now?
Still choreographing, not working.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's very cool because you can have such a cool influence on the people that work there, you know. I'm not saying they're these like demented individuals. I'm sure they're great people.
Yeah.
I actually knew someone that worked at Mavericks and she was the dopest girl. And you can have the influence in terms of, I don't know, I guess providing a little bit of strength in terms of,
for sure,
it is an art form, and
Yes.
there is a skill to it, and there is training and hard work and everything that has to go into it, and you can highlight that.
Because the girls are quite insecure. So when I work with them, I love supporting them and making them feel comfortable and safe. And they often say that to me. I love the support, love
That's so cool.
how safe I feel with you. And in my Sens U Well business, which is actually just around the corner from Mavericks, that's what this space is. It's a wellness space for women to come in and feel confident and sensual and move and connect with their bodies. So trying to translate that and hopefully working with more Mavericks girls at my wellness space to get that
That's
healthy.
so sick. So take what they're doing and just find a healthy way for them to express it in a way that's
a healthy mind behind the movement and looking after their bodies and looking after their minds and headspace and what they put into their bodies food-wise. Because, I mean, they're working till 4 a.m. in the morning, sleeping, waking up, maybe they have rehearsal, and they're going straight in. So, you know, there's no sunlight. It's quite a dark space.
I remember a while ago, the building opposite Mavericks, I was seeing someone at the time whose dad owned one of the apartments right at the top, so the balcony would look down on the Mavericks roof, and they've got the pool and like the chill lounge, like TV area and whatever, and it was my favorite thing, not for the reasons that people think, it's my favorite thing because they were the dopest people that you'd walk out onto the balcony, and we'd always be there on a weekend to like drink and party and do whatever with her family. It was very cool. And you'd walk out onto the balcony with a beer and you'd shout across the street, and they'd be on the roof with beers as well, and you'd be like, cheers, and everyone would cheers from the roof, and it was so much fun. And there was such a light element to it, seeing it in the daytime, but obviously just having no understanding of the inside. It's a difficult thing to try to grasp. So, I mean, you've done pretty much everything now. Is there something that's outstanding, like you said, South America, doing that kind of thing? Is there something, you know, you're quite open-minded with all of this, which is awesome. So it's a cool question to ask of like, what else do you want to do? Is there something you're wanting to learn more about?
In terms of my career?
Yeah.
Well, I sing as well.
Of course.
So yeah, I forgot to mention, after school I got signed to a label, and
No way, it's
yeah,
sick.
so I was recording music, had a few songs rotating on the radio stations
No ways.
for a few years, and then moved away from that, wanted to be more independent, then just learned a lot about the music industry, and still doing my music, but kind of veered more into musical theatre
Dope.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
Wanting to record more of my songs, haven't released a lot of the stuff that I have recorded.
Dope, okay.
And create my own show. I also DJ, so I want to sing and DJ, and then get to the front, and then go dance, and then go back DJ a little bit and sing.
That's so sick.
So yeah, I wanna explore that a little bit more, and then travel. I love traveling. I love traveling. I also like learning about psychology and the human brain.
Which you've now been able to implement through your company as well.
Yeah. A lot of like different courses I want to do, like Reiki course, and I love wellness, all wellness, and I
Sick.
love adding value to people and helping them through movement and through wellness to better connect with themselves. But yeah, in terms of, I've done a lot in my life. Gosh,
I was about to say,
I could write a little bit of a
there's a
book.
lot going on.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Do you think there's a need, like you're saying with women and your business, do you think there's a need for the same thing for men in terms of masculinity?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Women are a little bit further ahead than men,
big time.
in terms of what's available. But there are conscious groups and workshops and things for men, but there's not enough, I don't think. Actually, people have been saying I should do stuff like that in my space.
Really?
And get workshops going for men. We need more of that. Conscious talks around these topics.
I heard
Masculinity
Torn's
and-
super keen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're a speaker.
No, you're gonna go. Yeah, you're gonna go do movement. I'd love to do movement with Torn. You should do for couples.
I do.
Do you do for couples?
Yes, I do.
Babe, let's go do one.
Why can't we go?
Yes. We can go. Legit, I'm down.
I mean,
It's on camera. You can take my word. I'm
Okay,
super
let's
keen
do
to
it.
come to one.
I do like movement therapy. Also do a lot of like couple wedding dances.
Really?
And I learn a lot in those sessions because they're having like a little bickering moment. And I'm like, okay, how do I manage this?
The drama.
Yeah.
No ways.
It's cool, but I think all couples should do it.
I'm so down.
Understanding, and also how to touch each other. Like, it doesn't need to be sexually, but like intimately, and massage, and can teach you all the right ways to do the things.
So down. Hey? Okay, sick. They down too. Bailey? Bailey's down. We're all coming to this. I'm super keen.
Okay,
I'm,
but
I'm legit going to do this.
We have to film it because
Okay.
that will be quite.
Promise. Shake on it, otherwise it didn't happen. Okay, deal. Strong hands. Okay, sick. Let's do it.
Mud. Well, that looked wrong, but like mud down.
I was about to say. Mid.
That's a great dance move.
I'm super down. This is going to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I saw in your stories yesterday that you were doing like a mirroring
Yes,
exercise
yes.
where the one person would move and the other would follow.
Exactly.
It looks
So
impossible to do.
It's not really. We could try it now. Sitting down. So I'm the artist or the painter, and then you are the artwork. So let's try it now. Okay. So put up your hand like this. I'll do the move.
I'm so
Okay.
nervous
Just
now.
you don't need to because you're conducting. It's like you're the conductor, right?
Okay.
Like as if you were holding a paintbrush.
Okay, but now see again the thing with my arms,
Okay.
right? I'm
You can also
I'm
just hold-
sweating. I'm sweating. So when you move,
Yes.
how do you know? And this is a general dance question. How do you know that limb needs to move? Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's practice, but it's really just getting out of your head and into your body and intuitively
Girl.
listening to your body move.
See, it looks cool when you do that. If I do that, everyone's like, why is he shrugging? Yeah. Why is he lifting weights that aren't there? Yeah.
You just need to connect. It's about connecting with your body.
Okay.
So.
I'm so nervous
Cue
right now. I'm
music, cue
sweating.
music, Cue music. Anyone? No.
Are we going to do it with music?
Someone sing.
Okay. Only you can sing in this room. What type of song do you need?
Let's have something slow.
Something copyright free.
Oh, yeah.
Copyright.
Search copyright.
Play one of my songs. Let it go.
Oh, is it on iTunes?
Let's see if it's still there.
Is it still part of the label?
No.
Worst case,
No,
we just
I
take the
released
sound
this
off.
independently. Letting go.
If it's not on there, then it'll be on YouTube or something, right?
The acoustic version, instrumental. This one.
I'm so nervous.
Keep. How do you do this?
How dope is that? Play a song? We can't. Play one of mine.
Speaker.
Is the speaker on there?
No. I'll just hold close to the mic.
Okay. Ready?
I'm so nervous, Tom.
Okay, go. You have to move slowly though, so I need to feel you. Okay.
Wait, what
So-
part of me must move?
Okay,
I'm
you're-
so
okay.
nervous! Okay.
Someone give him a pen. We need a pen.
A pen?
Yes.
There's a battery.
Oh, a battery. Okay, yes. Okay, so as if you were drawing. Okay, but now slowly because I have to read you. Okay, just draw as if you were painting. There was a canvas in front of you.
Okay. Is it legit mirror, like my left hand is your right hand?
Not mirroring. I'm just articulating.
See, when you do that, it's so cool.
Okay, go.
I'm like, okay.
Always start with the inhale.
And then
And then start.
draw a picture.
Yes.
Paint a picture.
Yes.
Okay.
Give me some creative movement.
Oh shit. How dope is that?
It's better obviously when you're standing. I don't have much movement here, but
Not a chance. No. So the song's beautiful.
Formatting all these cards.
What does that do?
It deletes everything.
It deletes everything?
you don't have to. Okay, we'll do a quick exercise.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do an exercise.
You have to copy my hand. Boom.
Oh Lord. This is really. Ah! Yes.
So that's for your reflexes. You just have to be on it. How do you follow?
Oh
someone?
shit! Now you've got two hands.
Let's see how I'm breathing.
I'm so tired.
It's all about the brain.
That's so dope. There was something similar we did in I don't know if it was acting class here or in Vancouver, the one here where you had to go like, oh, I'll tell you a good story. You had to repeat what the other person was saying, but you had to give it context through the way you said it, not by the words. It was learning how to let go of words. Did you ever do that one?
Yeah, I think it sounds like Meisner.
Something like that, yeah. So you'd go like, I'd go, you're angry.
You're angry.
And then you go, you're angry.
Alright.
Is it Meisner? Clearly I'm such a well-practiced person. And you go, you're angry, 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 angry. And doing the class, I had to go up with a girl, I think it was Rachel, to go up with. And they chose you're frustrated, which is something that I struggle with a lot, with frustration and irritation, and yeah. And we go up and the whole class is watching and she goes, you're frustrated. And I go, you're frustrated. She's like, you're frustrated. I'm like, you're frustrated. And the acting coach goes, stop. And he's like, Josh, you in your head, you're acting, you're not doing it. And I look at him and I'm like, I'm repeating the word. There's nothing more to do in this exercise other than say what you said. So now I'm frustrated, right?
Yes.
So we do it again. You're frustrated. I'm like, you're frustrated. She's like, frustrated, you're frustrated. He goes, stop again. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, just let me do the exercise. Like, we just get in and he cuts it. We just get in and he cuts it. I'm like, no, man, I swear I'm not that bad at this shit. Like, it's not that hard. And he's like, nope, do it again. He stopped us about 4 times throughout this exercise. That eventually it got to a point that she was like, you're frustrated. And I was like, I'm fucking frustrated. And we started running through this exercise with actual frustration. And he just let us go and go and go and go and go and go till the end. And he stopped and he goes, it's the first time I've ever seen you not act. And I was like,
Wow.
well, firstly, we've been here for 8 weeks, so thank you for that. It's been 2 months of waste. But I was like, damn, and it was so eye-opening that I was like, okay. I actually was frustrated, so there was truth to it, and there was, it was so, and that's for some reason reminded me of this, the repetition at each other, because if I'm not completely focusing on you, I'm not watching your hands, I'm watching you, which is what's strange, and I know as you move, then I can move with you, that kind of thing. But if I was watching your arms and not actually in the moment of paying attention, I'd never be able to keep up with it, which is what's crazy.
You got
quite similar, yeah.
You got the exercise fully.
That was fun.
Yes.
We are all going to run this exercise as a team so that we have unity in this.
Running out of memory card space.
Okay.
And if we can execute that exercise.
Yeah, it's always that, dude, the space. The space, it's always the space. Ruby, thank you so much for coming in. This was so much fun. Is there anything that you want to leave at the end? Anything you want to promote, shout out, do, advise, say?
I think we spoke about a lot. Yeah.
Shout out to your company.
Yeah.
Sens U Well. Go check me out on Instagram.
What is the
Sens U Well.
Instagram?
At Sens U, _well. Sens U Well. Like sensual.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes. Are you well? Sens U Well. And it's
Dope.
also tapping into the senses. Taste, touch, smell, all those things. Sens U Well.
Shit, that was well done.
Thank you. My friend Danielle Burton helped me with that.
Shout out Danielle. There we go. Cheers, Ruby. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
You're a
you.
fucking champion. Thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Good.
Yes!
Nice.
We are so going to salsa classes. And to Sens U Well.
Yes, guys.
No, we have to do it as a team.
Team building.
I'm dead serious. You're not looking at me in the eyes when I'm saying this.
Torn dances, he has to be drunk and then he looks like one of those things.
We can get drunk.
Can we drink?
You can. I mean, that's
But
not
she's
really
like
the...
defeating the point.
You know those like floaty things outside the car?
Yeah,
That's how torn dances.
that's better than me. I guarantee you. He's got some flow.
I got some rhythm in the edits, but not in real life.
Just treat it like an edit.
There you go.
Picture in your head, this is a good exercise. Picture in your head that you're running through an edit and then act out every edit.
His fingers will just be moving like this.
Yeah, you'd be like,
Actually,
just not even thinking about your face. Double chin.
most of the time I'm like, come on, let's
Close your mouth. Yeah. Nose breathing. Yeah.
So you guys are a couple and you guys are a couple.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
your couple?
She's at home.
Okay, go.
Oh shit, I
That's
come with
so
today.
nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
We haven't met her yet. I understand if you don't want us to meet her. I completely get it. It's a strange group of people.
Theaters.
Yeah. Oh, is she northern suburbs?
I didn't notify anyone to bring your couple to work there.
I see. Well, it was bring a couple and your pup.
well, I didn't think to. I was like, no, I don't want to bring Lola. It's going to be terror. No, but they said that they want.
Yeah, she's adorable. Because we're going to get to a point where she's going to become like the face of Storytime. Yeah. She's so cute.
I love how it was basically about Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking about it though.
Of course,
It's so
that
cool to
always
have that
gives it-
conversation. Yeah.